the synaptic connection.
They'd scatter like rats.
And if you're wrong, if it's not there, I cannot afford to throw men after a hunch. Give me 2 squads. 3 Space Marines. That's all I can spare. Brief them immediately.
Approaching drop zone.
Talassa, we are almost there. What is your status?
Drop complete.
So you played Space Marine 2. It's more important to say Space Marine 2. The game is done. You know, it will come out on September 9th. We're very excited about it. And this game takes place about 200 years after the events of the original Space Marine. But if you have never played the original, don't worry about it. We got you covered. You know, if you like action games, if you're a fan of the Warhammer franchise, if you just like amazing games, this is the title for you.
Lassa on the march to take that high tyrant's head.
Maintain Vox reports.
Clear that wall-climbing scum! Death to all Xenos! Now we end this.
The Warhammer universe is huge, you know, especially the Warhammer 40K universe. So we have a campaign where you play as Lieutenant Titus, and you can play through that campaign by yourself or with your friends. And then we also have a group of missions that are dedicated to playing with your buddies, and it is there where you can pick your class. You can outfit your Space Marine, you can pick your loadout, and as you progress, new classes unlock. And then we have a PvP mode where you can dress up like a Space Marine and you can beat up your buddies. It's awesome.
Kill you soon enough, demon! Hold fast, brother! Withstand the heat!
What we wanted to do is create characters or classes that may apply or appeal to you as a gamer. So, like for me, I'm an assault kind of guy. I like to just get in there and go. But you know, we have other classes that can do more support. We have other classes that do more like tanks. So it's really based on your play style, and it also is based on what your teammates want to play as well. So it's important to talk with your buddies, you know, gear up for the mission, and then head out to kick some butt. Yes, if you when you play as a group, it's always the best idea to spec it out a little bit, because we have a new and more advanced AI director. This engine is a Saber proprietary engine. It's an evolution from what we did in World War Z, and if you're a fan of that game, you'll know that we had an AI director that could control the battles. Well, that is much more advanced now. So the AI director will know which character you're playing, how you're doing in the battlefield, and it will come at you with everything it's got. So I would definitely spec up with your buddies and be prepared for a fight.
To answer the call of war.
Yes, you have your setup that you go into the fight with, and there is some limited changes that you can do, but it is important to pick who you are, pick what you got, and then get into the fight. Now, one of the cool things about the PvE missions is that the game knows when you've played them and when you completed them, and the AI director will actually change the enemies. So you may play a mission where there's mostly Tyranids, and you come back and you play the same mission, and you think it's the same, but then Chaos Marines show up, and you're like, what? So there is a lot more dynamic elements than what people generally expect.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you can upgrade and you can advance each of your classes, very similar to World War Z. And it just kind of gives you a reason to come back into play. And it's really an advanced AI director. And then with our swarm technology, you have these massive battles with like hundreds of Tyranids just coming at you. It's an amazing experience.
We can make it. Keep going.
Yes, so one of the ways that we separated the solo campaign, it's not really a solo campaign because you can play that with your friends. So the main campaign and these not really side missions, but they're parallel missions that you can play with your friends. And we wanted to connect those together. So, like for instance, during the main campaign, you have to, send out a signal. But to do that, the defenses have to be taken down. And in the main campaign, you hear that there's a squad doing that, but you're like, all right, good luck. But then when you play, you're that squad. And it's like, oh, I'm actually like this is all connected. So we really tried hard to make this world and the story very, very connected. Well, we hope that when the game releases, we will make all the fans of the franchise happy. It's a big game, and we have a lot of content. But we also feel that the game is approachable enough that if you've never played Space Marine the original, or you're not really sure what the Space Marine universe is about, this is the game for you. Because something that it's worth saying, the Space Marine 40K universe has been around for like 45 years, okay? And it has influenced other video games and other creative people in what they have made. So for us to make Space Marine 2 in this universe that has affected and has had such an impact on our industry is something really amazing. And in this game, we create the fantasy of being a Space Marine. You smash and punch and crash and shoot, and you destroy the enemy. It's amazing. Like when I play the main campaign, sometimes it is nice to have one AI buddy, because that's the person that will always revive you. When I play with two of my friends, it's like, dude, revive me. No, I'm being silly, but we really do feel that if you've never played the original Space Marine, don't worry about it. We've got you covered. Like, this is a complete, solid game. The story makes sense from the beginning, and there's such a gap between the original and then Space Marine 2 that you could forgot everything that happened in Space Marine and still have a great time with this. I really believe with Space Marine 2 that, like I said, we are really building that power fantasy of being a Space Marine. And the game it's dense. There is an amazing solo campaign that you can play with your friends. There's really cool PvE missions. And then we have an entire PvP system as well. So this is a big game. It's a big universe. It's over-the-top universe. And the battles that we've created in this game is just amazing. So if you are a fan of any action game, this is the game to get this year.